is up guys, Phoenix here, and today we're going to be finishing up more of our Nightmare Foxy pixel art. So if you remember where we were last time, we did the lower half jaw, and we're going to continue working with our dirt and black wool, as you can see, and we're going to do the upper half of the jaw. So we're going to fly all the way up to right about here. You see where we have this 2x2 brick right here waiting for us. Oh, messed it up already. Yeah, right there. That's where we're going to start for today. So we're going to start on this particular block, the bottom right of the brick. And all we're going to do to start us off is go down and to the right 3 singles. So 1, 2, 3, just like that. We're then going to go down and to the right 2 flat pieces of black wool. 1, 2. Up and to the right 1 single. Up and to the right 4 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it should be in line with this one right here, this middle one in the 3 singles we placed. Now from that 4 flat, we're going to go all the way to the end. We're going to put 1 dark block to the right of it, and then go up 2 black wool from there. So 1, 2. We're then going to use our dirt block to go up and to the left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. But we're not going to stop there. Instead, we're going to rotate up to the top block in the 3 vertical we just placed and put 2 extra to the right. So now it looks like this. From there, we're going to go down and to the right, 3 vertical, 1, 2, 3. Down and to the right, 2 vertical, 1, 2. Then we're going to start going a little bit flat. So we're going to go down to the right, 4 flat first to start us off. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I wonder if there's a sensitivity setting, because I feel like my pad is moving too fast. So hopefully I'm able to keep up. I haven't played on this in a while. I think it's been like 2 days since my last video. Anyways, we have the 4 flat right here. Then we're going to go down to the right, 2 flat. So put your placement block underneath and bring it over 1, 2. But we're still going down to right and we're still doing flats. So put another placement block. We're going down to right, 11 flat this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now from this 11 flat right here, we're going to start going up and to the right. So first we're going to go up and to the right 2 vertical pieces of black wool. So just use your placement block to get where you need to. 1, 2. Then we're going to go up and to the left 2 singles. 1, 2. Up and to the left again, 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. And from that 3 vertical, we're going to do something similar to what we did over there, where we just brought it to the right, connected to the top. Except this time we're going to add an extra 3 to the right of this top block right here. 1, 2, 3. And we're just getting like the shape of his missing snout kind of. 2 flat. And then we need to come back up again. So we're going to up and to the right, 2 singles. 1, 2. And this is like the farthest part to the right now. So we're going to go up and to the left to bring this part back out. So we're going to go up and to the left now. 2 singles. 1, 2. Up and to the left, 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. And from the top block and the 3 vertical right there, we're just going to add an extra 2 to the right. So it's kind of like exactly what we did over here on this side, where it's just 3 hanging there. But we're going to have to keep going back in and then going back out to keep making the jagged shape. So we're going to go down to the right, 3 singles. 1, 2, 3. Then up and to the right, 2 singles. 1, 2. So you have this weird V shape made of 5 blocks right now. We're almost at the right eye as well, so we'll line that up once we're ready. But we're going to go up and to the right from here, 2 verticals. 1, 2. Up and to the left, 1 single. Up and to the left, 2 vertical. 1, 2. And now to flatten out this top of the snout, we're going to go above the 2 vertical we have right here. And we're going to put 1 block on top of it, 1 to the left. So we have this. And then finally, we're going to put 2 extra to the right. 1, 2. Now from this 4 flat right here, we're going to go down and to the right. 1 single. Up and to the right, 2 flat. 1, 2. Up and to the right, 2 flat again. So in recap, we have 4 flat right here, then down to the right, 1 single, then up and to the right, 2 flat, then up and to the right, 2 flat again. We're then going to go down and to the right, 2 flat, just to keep the symmetry going. And now it's time to go a little bit vertical and get ready for the next eye. So we're going to go up and to the right, 2 vertical, 1, 2. And from the top block in that 2 vertical now, we're going to put 2 extra to the right as well. 1, 2. So it looks kind of like 3 flat attached to 1 single below it. And now it gets really simple here. All we're going to do is go up and to the right, 2 vertical, 1, 2. And from the right, so going to the right of this top block right here, we're going to put an extra 11 going to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, and in total it should be 12. So let's count it. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure it's 12. So from there, we're going to go down and to the right, 1 single all the way on the right side. Then up and to the right, 3 vertical, 1, 2, 3. As you can see, we're getting pretty close to the wall right here. We should be able to go up and to the right, 1 single from this 3 vertical and be connected to the wall, which we are, as you can see, and completed the shape and made like an entire L. And the snout's starting to look like it makes sense now. As you can see, it's like what this entire inner area right here is just going to be teeth. So let's start the right eye from the 12 flat we have waiting right here on the right side of the eye. We're going to go on the left side right here where we have the 2 vertical waiting, and we're going to go up and to the left, 1 single, up and to the left, 6 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it's time to get some of the right, 1 single. And from that 1 single, we're going to go above it, put 1 on top and 1 to the left. So it's like a backwards R now. Now from the top right block in that backwards R, so this one right here, we're going to go up and to the right, 1 single, up and to the right, 2 vertical, 1, 2. And from the 2 vertical we have right here, we go to the top one and put an extra block to the right. Then we're going to go up and to the right, 1 single, up and to the left, 1 single, so it's back and forth. And then we're going to switch over into 3 verticals. So from the top one right here, we're going to go up and to the right, 3 vertical pieces of black wool, 1, 2, 3. We're then going to go above the 3 we had right there, and we're going to put an extra 1 on top. Let me see if that's correct though. Yeah, put an extra 1 on top, and then from that 1 we're going to do a couple things. So let's just put the extra 1 on top and mark it. So to the left of it we're going to put 1, and to the right of it we're going to put 1 again. So it looks like a T now. And to fix this, we're going to go to the right side of the T, so this 1 block by itself. We're going to put 1 on top of it and 1 below. 1, 1. Then putting your replacement block there, so we can go down and to the right, 1 single, up and to the right, 3 flat, 1, 2, 3, and then down to the right, 5 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So from that 5, we're going to bring it back down now. We're going to go all the way to the right side of it. And this final block right here gets 3 below it. 1, 2, 3. I'm then going to go down to the left. Yeah, so put your placement block here. 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down to left, 3 vertical. So placement block. 1, 2, 3. And here's where it gets a little bit tricky, but not too tricky. We're going down to the right, 2 singles. 1, 2. And from the bottom block right here, the single on the left has nothing underneath it as well. We're just going to put 1 right there, like so. so it looks like an L. Then we're gonna go down and to the left from this block right here, the one I'm knocking away. 2 vertical, 1, 2. And just to finish up the shape now, we're gonna down at the left 1 single, and it should connect, so then the inner eyeball is ready to be created. And let's just zoom out for a quick second. So now moving on to the inner eye detail, what we're going to do first is we're going to switch over to our placement block. And actually we don't need the placement block. Whoops, sorry about that. You see this one block right here that's connected to the 12 strip. So hopefully you guys can see what that is. We're actually gonna add 2 on top of it first off. So 1, 2, so it should be even with the 2 we had on the right there. Then we're gonna go up and to the left, 3 vertical, 1, 2, 3. Up and to the left 2 vertical, 1, 2. Up and to the left 1 single. And let's just get rid of some of these dirt blocks, and then we're gonna switch over into flats. So the single block is our transitioner, so we're just gonna start doing flats now. So we're gonna go up and to the left, 3 flat, 1, 2, 3. Up and to the left, 2 flat now. So placement block, 1, 2. And as you can see, it touched where we already had here. But just remember, we put these 2 blocks here just now. That one was already here before, so focus on these 2. We're gonna go down into the left, 2 single, 1, 2. Then down into the left 7 vertical. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it should touch what you already had. And just to finish it off now, this corner piece right here where it doesn't connect, we're just gonna put 1 to the right. So everything's just touching now, and it gives the eye like a more bulky shape, which is what we're going for. Now take your dark gray wool, which you shouldn't have, but you can get it right now. And we're gonna put that out into our inventory. And what we're going to do is we're gonna go all the way over here on this far side where we have this 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, just chilling. We're gonna go down to the final one on the bottom. So let's mark those off, this final one. And we're gonna put 2 placement blocks. So this is the first one right here. The second one goes to the left. Then a dark gray wool. So the dark gray wool goes next to it. So if you're wondering, there's just 1 space between the dark gray and the black wool. Sorry if it's a little bit confusing. And from this dark gray wool, what we're gonna do is put 1 on top, 1 to the left, like so. But we're not done there. We're then gonna go down and to the left from here. Then up and to the left, 1 single dark gray wool. So it goes up and down like this. Now we're done with this side right here. Whoops, let me just put that back. Now going below this backwards R shape, we're gonna put a black wool here, then a dark gray, then a black wool again, then a dark gray. Just like that, so it should look like this. And you can re-delete the black wool until you want to color it in later, but that's the color we're gonna be using, so you don't have to delete it. And what we're gonna do is to the left and right of this bottom black wool right here, we're gonna put a dark gray on each side. Okay, now there's one more final piece, and we're just gonna do that right now. So in this little controller pad looking circle of dark gray wool, we're gonna go to the top one, which is in between the 2 black wools. And we're gonna go 2 black wool to the left, 1, 2, and follow that with the final dark gray wool. And now this entire upper area right here can be colored in with black. This corner right here, so this little shape, is actually going to be the color of the Foxy skin, so don't color that black. It's just right here where I'm swinging, all that inner area. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to do the eyeballs next. And for the eyeballs, it is a bit confusing, so we're going to just make sure we pay extra attention to detail there, because I didn't like my blueprint, I kind of went a little bit off on a tangent. So if it's not perfect, sorry, but we're gonna just try to do our best. So get blue, orange, and glowstone and black wool for this part. So let's switch over, not blue, red, sorry about that. Ooh, Akai planks, that looks pretty cool. So red, orange, and let me just mute my game because it shouldn't be recording twice. So red, whoops, that was yellow, orange, and what did I say? Glowstone. Okay, and with the red planks, what we're first gonna do is go to where we have this 3 on the going up right here, and on the bottom block, we're gonna go 2 placement blocks to the left, So 1, 2. Then a red wool. And from that red wool, we're going to put 4 going straight up from it. 1, 2, whoops, 2, 3, 4. We're then going to go up and to the left, 6 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as you can see, there's only one space between it and the wall now. We're just going to drag this all the way down, like so. Okay, and you can put your own style into this. I kind of just did what I wanted, and it looked kind of okay, so I kept it. But yeah, I don't want to tell people to do stuff and it looks like really bad. So anyways, I'm just going to show you guys where to put the black wool, and then I'll show you where I put the other detail, and you guys can experiment from there. But the black wool is definitely always going to be where I put it right now. So what we're going to do is switch to it, and from this top left corner, we're going to go down and to the right, a placement block, then down and to the right, 2 flat pieces of black wool. So you should have something that looks like this. And from those black wool, we're going to put 2 below each of them. So 1, 2, 1, 2. So whatever you decide to do with the rest of the eye from here on out, just remember that the black wool belongs there, and everything else you can do at your own leisure. But I'm gonna show you what I did just to mix it up. So we're gonna switch to glowstone, and above this top right block right here, we're gonna put 1 piece of glowstone. Then to the right of these 2 right here, we're gonna put more glowstone. Not these 2, these 3, sorry about that. The left side, only the top 2 are gonna get glowstone, so it should look like this now. And then from there, we're gonna surround everything else in orange. So just make sure everything else is filled in with orange. And I kind of don't like that, so we're gonna put this bottom level layer with just red wool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's all red now. And it's just all about just placing it and seeing what looks good for you. If you don't like it, then you can just swap it to whatever you want. And we'll see what we're gonna do next is fill in this entire area right here with dark gray wool. So just make sure you do that right now, because I see no reason not to. And if anything, when I get to the final pixeler, and if I get to the final piece and you guys want to do the eyes exactly how I did it, I'll just hover over it for a moment so you guys can see it, or you guys will be able to see it in the final one and see what's the difference. Alright, so that's the eyes so far. Don't really like it. Let's knock this corner piece right out here. See this bottom one right here? And swap that with a dark gray. Looks kind of better. Anyways, we'll come back to it later, guys. Don't sweat it too much. There will be a final pixel, like you guys already know how I do it. Instead, we're gonna move on to the left eye now. So we completed the right eye. Yeah, there's nothing left. We just have to do the left eye, and we still have some detail on the head, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So for the left eye, we're going to start at the top where he has like this little scar that traces down into it. So hold on a second. Okay, perfect. Just adjusting my camera, making sure everything's okay. So we're gonna fly up to the top where we have this 20 flat, just chilling. And did I mark it off for a reason? Oh yeah, let's leave this marker here. That's a marker for when I'm starting the wires in his head. We're gonna go to the second block in the 4 we just placed. So this one right here. And we're gonna put 1 black wool below it. And that's gonna start off our second eye. So from there, we're gonna go down and to the right, 1 single. Down and to the right, 6 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down and to the right, 2 flat. Placement block, 1, 2. Just put your placement block underneath every time, just so it's easier. So down to the right, 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. Placement block again. Let's just go back and delete a couple of these. From here, we're gonna go down and to the right, 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. But pay attention to the final block right here, the third block up on the bottom. We're gonna add 2 to the right to it, so it looks kind of like it's like a fake 3 vertical connected to 3 flat, because they share the same corner piece. Now we're gonna go down and to the right, one single. So placement block, 1, down to the right, 3 vertical, 1, 2, 3, down to the left, 1 single again. Let me just zoom out so I can show you. It's supposed to look like, oh yeah, wait, I have a right hand camera screen, never mind. From there, we're gonna go down to the left, 3 vertical again. So 1, 2, 3. So we have 1, 3, 1, 3. And from this bottom block below it, and go down to left, 2 flat, 1, 2. From this 2, we're going to start the eye actually. So this is where the eye starts. We're going to go down to left, 3 vertical, 1, 2, 3. And then from that 3 vertical, we're going to go down to left, 1 single. And it's going to start flattening out now. So this is our transition block. We're going to start using flats. So first we're going to go up and to the left, 2 flat, 3 times in a row. So 1, 2, that's 1, 1, 2, that's 2, 1, 2, that's 3. And just get rid of the dirt blocks whenever you feel like it. You don't have to do it right away, but I just prefer to get it out of the way now. So after those three sets of 2 flat, we're gonna go down and to the left, 4 flat, then 5 flat. So placement block, 1, 2, 3, 4. Placement block, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And we still haven't reached the right side of the eye yet, but that's okay. We'll get to that when we get to that. I do think that it's going to be quite a while before we get to it because this eye is kind of roundish, but well, it's okay. So next, from this 5 flat, we're going to down and to the left, 8 flat. So it's kind of a big number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down and to the right, 2 vertical, 1, 2. Down and to the right, 1 single. Down and to the right, 3 vertical, 1, 2, 3. And as you can see, his eye is starting to be level with the one that's over there. And I kind of want to color in this eye, but I already know that I shouldn't because I have the colored one already done. It's just me wanting to fill stuff in. Anyways, we're going to go down and to the right from here, 1 single. And after we go down and to the right, 1 single, what we're going to do is come back outward. So it's going to go to the left, and you'll see what I'm talking about after we do it. So 1 single. And we're going to come back outward. So we're going down and to the left now. Down and to the left, 2 singles. 1, 2, just like that. And it should be 1 to the left of this 3 vertical, or just lined up perfectly with that 1 single. Now we're going to go up and to the left, 1 single. Then to the left of that single we just placed, we're going to put 1 block to the left, and then 1 going up. So it looks like an L. Now from these 2 verticals right here, we're going to go down and to the left, 2 vertical, 1, 2. And now we're at the base of the eye, so it's like a little patch of scar that's going to be there. It's kind of weird. It's like a jagged point in his eye. So when I get to that, we're just going to branch off to it a little bit later. So from this 2 vertical right here, we're going to go to the bottom block, and we're going to put 2 more to the right of it. 1, 2. We're then going to go down and to the right, 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down and to the right, 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. And from the bottom block in the 3 vertical, we're just going to put 1 to the right. So we should have this. Let me just go for a recap. We have an L here. Then we have another L, technically, but it just has 1 extra to the right. Then we go down 2. Whoops. I'm a mess. 2, 3, and we just add an extra block to the right, so it looks like 2. Okay, so we're on the right track. We're next going to go down and to the right, 1 single. Down and to the right, 2 flat, 1, 2. And from the left block in a 2 flat, what we're going to do is go down and to the left, 1 single. Down to the left, 2 flat, 1, 2. Down and to the left, 2 vertical. And then finally, down and to the left, 1 single. So it should look like this. And I'll just recap real quick. There was the left block in a 2 flat. We went 1, 2, vertical, then 1 single. And that was just the left block. We're still going to work with the right block next. So we're going to go up and to the right, 3 singles from there. 1, 2, 3. We're then going to go up and to the right, 2 flat. Up and to the right again, 1 single. Then we're going to finish up these flats with 2 flat and 6 flat. So up and to the right, 2 flat, 1, 2. Then put your placement block. Up and to the right, 6 flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just go through now and delete all these dirt blocks. And there's a lot of them. It's like, what, 8? So from that 6 flat now, we're going to go up and to the right, 10 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's delete that. And now we're actually on the right side of the eye, so we're going to start closing up the scar now, which is pretty nice. So we're going to go up and to the left, 2 vertical from here, then 1 single. So switch over to your placement block, 1, 2, then 1 single. So it should look like this. Then we're going to go up and to the left, 3 vertical, 1, 2, 3. And from this 3 vertical, we're actually going to start going up and to the right until we get really far out there, and then we're going to bring it back in. So first we're going to go up and to the right, 1 single, up and to the right, 2 flat. Then from the right block into 2 flat, we're just going to put 1 on top of it, so it looks like a backwards L, just like this. And here's where it gets really easy. We're then going to go up and to the right, 3 vertical, 2 times in a row. So 1, 2, 3, placement block, 1, 2, 3, so that's 2 of them. Then up and to the right, 2 vertical, 1, 2. And we're almost ready to switch over into flats. All we need to do is go up and to the right, 4 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up and to the left, 1 single. And this single is actually going to be our transition block. So it's going to transition us over into flats now. Just think of it that way whenever I say transition block. But we just need to get a little bit higher. So up and to the left, 2 vertical, 1, 2. And here's when we hit the flats now until we get curved up into the little corner right there. We're going to go up and to the left, 7 flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Up and to the left, 3 flat, 1, 2, 3. And finally, just to finish this off, up and to the left, 1 single. So as you can see, it touched perfectly with the roof. Hopefully you did everything correctly. Hopefully I didn't lose you. If you had to, just play the video a little bit slower, or just look at me when I'm zooming out like this and just count the blocks. It should be kind of easy. So what we're going to do next is we're going to fill in the eye. So that's going to be a little bit complicated, but not too complicated. And I'm wondering if I should do all the gray stuff now, because it's kind of a pain in the butt. Well, I think we'll just do the eyeball first. So for the eyeball, what we're going to do is outline it. So we're going to go down here to where we have this 6 flat just chilling. And we're going to go to the second block from the left and put 1 on top of it. From there, we're going to go up and to the right, 2 vertical, 1, 2. Up and to the right, 3 vertical, 1, 2, 3. And now it's time to bring it back in because we're creating a circular shape. It's an eyeball. So we're going to go up and to the left, 2 vertical, 2 times, 1, 2, 1, 2. And now we're going to do some flats. Sorry about that. So we're going to up and to the left, 8 flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is the highest point in the eyeball, so we're going to bring it back down now and circle around in. But we don't have a transition block, so we're going to go down to the left, 1 single, and then transition into verticals again. So from that single, we're going to go down with our placement block. So we're going to go down to the left, 2 vertical pieces of black wool. And if you can see it correctly, we're just circling back in now. We're almost just lined up with it. So we're going to go down to the left, 4 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down to the right now, 2 vertical, so it's no more lefts. Down to the right, 3 flat, 1, 2, 3. And just to see if we did everything correct, we're going to go down to the right, 6 flat now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 6th one's already there for us. So that's perfect. So this is eye numero 2. And we're going to do the coloring in of it, kind of like we did on the opposite side. So first, I'm going to ask you to switch over to your red wool. And to the left of this one single right here, we're going to put 4 pieces of red wool going to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're then going to go up and to the left, 2 vertical. Up and to the left, 2 vertical again. And since it's a smaller circle, it's going to start going up and to the right now. So we're going to go up and to the right, 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. And we're actually going to use this top block into 3 as the roof of our eyeball instead of going up in a diagonal. So we're just going to put 4 to the right of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it should touch this corner at the diagonal, not at the left and not at the bottom. We're then going to go down and to the right, 1 single. Down to the right, 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. And then down to the left, 2 vertical. As you can see, it's just tracing the inside right here. It's pretty simple and straightforward. And then I think we can break out the orange now. So for the orange, what we're gonna do is, actually, let me do the inner black eyeball first. So switch to your black wool, because it was a lot easier to do it that way. And from the top, we're just gonna go to the 3rd block. So it's this one right here in the center. And we're gonna put a placement block below it. Then 3 black wools going down. 1, 2, 3. And to each of those black wools, we're just going to put 1 to the right. So 1, 2, 3 again. That's just pretty much I number 2's kind of structure. So from there, what we're going to do is surround this black wool completely in glowstone. So the 2 gets on the top, 2 on the bottom, 3 on the right, and 3 on the left. And then once you do that, switch over to your orange wool, and we're going to fill in the rest of the corners with orange and just see how it looks from there. Looks pretty good. So what we're going to do now is switch to your dark gray wool and just fill in the rest of the eyeball just so we see how it looks. Hopefully it looks as nice as you want it to. It's not going to look complete until you finish the rest of the Foxy, just so if you're wondering if it looks kind of funny, the eyeball looks like it doesn't belong. It probably does, it's just that the rest of the Foxy needs to be colored in because there's a lot of blank spaces. His ears aren't complete, there's still wires that need to be done, and his teeth aren't there. Okay, so that's eye number 2. And we're actually going to do some of the detail because he does have gray or dark gray inside his eye. And we're missing a lot of those spots, and I mean there's a lot of them. So we're going to switch over to that. And just because it's easier, we're going to start on the left side first, and then we're going to go to the right side. Actually, no, the right side's easier. Let's go to the right side. I lied. So on the right side, what we're going to do is we're going to count 3 up from this 10 vertical right here. So 1, 2, 3. And from that 3rd block, we're just going to switch to our dark gray wool and put 5 going up from to the left of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're then going to go up and to the left, 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up and to the left, 2 flat. Up and to the left, 1 single. And then from that 1 single, we're going to go up and to the left, 2 vertical on the left side. And on the right side, we're just going to up and to the right, 1 single. So you should have this. Let me just zoom out and show you. And the reason I'm doing the dark gray first is because everything else in the eye is going to be black. So all that's going to be black. On this side, everything over there is going to be black as well. And now let me show you the left side's dark gray wool pattern. So first what we're going to do is find where we have this 4 vertical right here. And we're going to go to the 3rd block right here on the bottom. And to the left of it, we're going to put a dark gray wool. So we have this. Now what I want you to do is below this dark gray wool, we're going to put 1 black wool. And above it, we're going to put 3 black wool. 1, 2, 3. From there, we should be able to build the rest of the dark gray wool patterns on his eyes. But I'm going to start at the bottom part first because it's a kind of connected big mass. So on the bottom right here, we're going to go down 3 vertical pieces of dark gray wool. Then from this bottom block right here, on the left side, we're going to go down and to the left 2 flat. And on the right side, we're going to go down to the right 1 single. Now going back to the left side, we're going to go underneath this block on the right and put 4 pieces of dark gray wool going straight down. As you can see, it touched the L right here that we had, or the wall. And from this bottom block, once again, we're going to put 3 to the right. 1, 2, 3. And from the first block and the 3 we just placed, we're going to put 1 below it. So we should have something that looks like this. So this is 5 tall. This is 4 long. And there's 1 below this piece right here, the second one. But we need to connect everything. So we're going to go to the right side. And we're going to go up and to the right, 2 flat. Then put an extra 2 flat on top of these 2 flats. And then just connecting it with this right here, we're just going to go up and to left 1 single to close the gap. And then we can fill all this in. So just fill it in layer by layer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's just about 9 blocks, and everything around it is going to be black later. You don't have to fill it in now. Instead, we can rotate up to the top part right here and get that done. So from the 3 verticals black wool we have on top of this dark gray, what we're going to do is the 2 top ones are what we're working with. So first, on the 2 top ones, we're going to put a dark gray wool to the left of each of them, and a dark gray wool on top of the top one. So it looks like this. Now from the dark gray wool on the top, what we're going to do is on the left and the right side, we're going to go up and to the left 2 vertical. And then up and to the right 2 vertical as well. So it looks kind of like this, like a V. And then we're going to 1 single in between these at a gap. So now it looks kind of like a diamond. Now I'm going to drop back down to where we have these 2 verticals right here. And the top block and the 2 verticals is going to get 1 to the left, 1 above it, 1 to the left again, 2 above that, 1, 2. And now here's where it splits off. On this top block, we're going to go up and to the left 1 single, and then up and to the right 2 vertical, 1, 2. Let me just zoom out so you can see. So it should look like this. Then from that 2 vertical, we're going to go up and to the left 1 single, up and to the right 1 single. So now it looks like a Y. And just to finish this completely, we're going to close this gap with 1 single again. And then going to the right of this block right here, we're going to put 1 black, 1 dark gray, 1 black again, and underneath that black, we're going to put another dark gray. So that was an entire confusing part. And we just zoom out so you can see where everything belongs. Hopefully you're able to follow along. There's 2 right there, 2 right here, 3 right here, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. It's a lot of ones. Everything else is going to be black here, so make sure you color that in. And I'm going to save it. So yeah, it's been a while since I saved it. My computer's kind of, I mean, not my computer, my Xbox looks like it's lagging quite a bit. So yeah, we got to do that. So now what we're going to do is we got the eyes done completely now. Let's do the wires on top of his head. So going above the 20 where we had the markers. Yeah, I think it's markers. We had the 4 flat dirt wool just chilling at the top there. That's where we're actually going to go. So to the 4 flat right here, we're going to go up and to the right. 3 flat pieces of black wool. Just like that. So just chilling flat across the top. And you can actually delete these 4 flats now. From the left block and that 3 flat, we're going to up and to the left 2 vertical. 1, 2. Up and to the left 1 single. Up and to the left 2 flat. 1, 2. Up and to the left 1 single again. And just as a recap, we have 3 flat, then 2 vertical, then 1 single, then 2 flat again, then 1 single. And now it's time to bring it up and to the right. So I'm just swinging my camera over there. We're going to up and to the right, 1 single, up and to the right, 2 flat. And from that 2 flat, we're going to drop down now. So we're going to down and to the right, 2 flat, 1, 2. Down and to the right, 2 vertical. Down and to the right, 2 single, 1, 2. So as you can see, we're just getting this weird wiry shape. We don't want it to be like too curvy, but we want it to be kind of sharp and jagged. So from those 2 singles right here, we're going to come back up now. So we're going to up and to the right, 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up and to the right, 2 vertical. 1, 2. And just go back now, delete these placement blocks. They're really ugly. Now from that 2 vertical, we're gonna go up and to the right 2 flat, 1 2, up and to the right 1 single, up and to the left another single. So we're basically just circling around now, and once this wire touches down, I'm gonna need a breather. So from those 2 singles right now, we're gonna go up and 2 vertical, 1 2, and from the top block and the 2 vertical, what we're just gonna do is add 5 extra blocks to the right there, so that it becomes 6 long. So we already have 1 here, we just need 5 more. 1 2 3 4 5. From the last block in the 5 right here, or I mean the 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, yeah, we're gonna put 1 extra black wall below it to start off our next part. We're then gonna go down and to the right 2 vertical, down and to the left 2 vertical, 1 2, down and to the left 2 single, and then the numbers are gonna get slightly bigger now. We're gonna go down and to the left 3 vertical 2 times in a row, and we should touch the base. So 1 2 3, placement block, 1 2 3. Yep, we did. So we did this part correctly. And now just some minor details right here. From the bottom 3 vertical right here, we're gonna go to the bottom 2 blocks and put 1 black wool to the left of each of them. And then from these 2 blocks we just placed, we're gonna go up and to the left 1 single to connect. And then what you should have now is just this weird shape right here, right next to what we were just working with. And if you do, knock out this middle block right here, fill it with black wool, and then everything else just gets deleted. Now we're going to move some more of the wires on the right side over here. So from here, the wire that's just on the top of the 20 flat, we're going to actually put 2 to the right, 1 2. And from the last block on the right we just placed, we're going to put 2 going up, and it should touch at a diagonal with what we already had built, and it does, and also leave a 2 space gap right here. So from this block touching the corner at a tangent, we're going to go over to the right 3 more, 1 2 3, then down to the right 5 flat, 1 2 3 4 5, and we're just slowly going to start wrapping our blocks around the head. So we're going to down to the right 1 single. Let me just make sure I got it. Placing block 1, down to the right 2 vertical, 1 2, down to the right 1 single again, down to the right 2 flat, 1 2. So now it actually looks like it's 4 flat when it's actually 2. From there we're gonna go down to the right 1 single. I went the wrong way, I think. Then down to the right. Wait, is it down to the right again? We went down to the right 1 single. Nope, we need to bring it back up. So we're gonna go up and to the right, another single. And you should be above the left block in a 2 flat right now, which if you're not, you probably did something wrong. And we're about to close off this wire. So next we're gonna go up and to the right, 3 flat, 1 2 3. And then we're gonna go to the right block in the 3 flat we just placed, put 1 below it. Then go down to the right 2 flat, 1 2, down to the right 1 single, down to the right 2 flat again. And we're basically just trying to just like find the shape that we like here. So this is the 2 flat we just placed. Whoops. We're gonna go up and to the right 2 flat, so we have 1 and the second block is already there for us. And then we're gonna go up and to the right 2 flat a 3rd time, which we already have built from when we did the air last time. So we're done here with the wires as well, and you can color those in with dark gray or light gray, whichever I had in my tutorial or time lapse. Doesn't really matter. Alright, and next time I think I'll cover teeth and ears and stuff like that. A good job. And actually, is there anything else I can do? Yeah, there's a minor scar on his left side face, and I think we'll cover that today just to make the load a little bit lighter when we have to make a bigger part next time again. So what we're gonna do is go to the left side of the face, right where we have this bend in his cheek. So we have this single right here. And from that single, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put 6 blocks going to the right. So 6 placement blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 3 flat pieces of black wool. 1, 2, 3. So from those 3 flat pieces of black wool, we're going to work with the right block and the left block. So first on the right block, we're going to go up and to the right, 10 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then on the left block, we're going to go 1 below it, 1 to the left, 1 below that. And then we need some corner work, so we're going to go down and to the left, 1 single, and then up and to the left, 2 flat. 1, 2. And that's going to actually be it this time. So I wish I had more time. I wish I wasn't as tired as I am right now. But doing the teeth is going to drain me. Doing the ears is going to drain me. So I'm just going to do it another day. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. And hopefully you guys are progressing well with this pixel art. This is Phoenix. And as always, I'll see you guys later.